Greetings, Principles of Marketing, Mark 3010, Section 01, letter O, Section 30, letter O. Back again. Packback Leaderboard for week 7. Almost time to post the overalls for half the semester. You know how it's done. Here are the top 5 from each section. What would have been the morning section and the evening section. See, we've got Peyton Payne, Carlos, Diana, Kelsey Bunch, Dixon Callahan out of the first class. Melanie Bagley, Hunter, Rosie, Janelle, and Thomas Stevens from the second section. Now, we'll go with the top 5 overall with an honorable mention because this week there's a distinct difference between 1 and 5, but 5 and the honorable mention actually were very nearly tied, less than a point separated them. You know, it goes on average points, so we're looking at quality before quantity. Quantity helps as long as they're all quality, right? So, number 5. Drum roll, please. And yet I hear nothing. Carlos Avalos or Avalos. Carlos, one day you're going to tell me how to pronounce that. I would be ever so appreciative. Number 4, this is both classes together. Remember, Rosie. S, Salisis is the way I'm going with that because she did correct me on that. Now, let's get into the money. 3, who is it? Peyton Payne. Peyton Payne, alliteration on the letter P. He provided some professor crack by recounting research methods in his question. Like, he couched it in terms of which one would you use, but he listed them out and defined them. I love that. Way to relate the course material to the Packback discussion, which is the goal for this every week. He didn't do it, expertly, but he did it. So, got to give him credit. I got to give him credit for that. I'm going to call it research methods. All right, so way to go. So let's see, we've got Peyton over here, Rosie, and Carlos. So the first section is in the lead with 2-1. Although if we weighted them by who came in first, all might be different, but I'm not doing that. It's too complicated. Number 2, Hunter Collins. Now, Hunter, I commented on it several days ago when I first saw it. I was talking about, are there companies that thrive in a recession? In other words, when things go ugly, does everybody suffer? He mentioned Dollar Tree. Now, semantically, I made a comment that he said Dollar Tree was uniquely suited. And, but unique means, one of a kind. There's not another one. And I mentioned to him Big Lots, although I misspelled it on the Packback board. I think I called it Bog Lots, which is not a store. Big Lots does as well. There are other stores that do as well. The thing to remember is, even when things are bad economically, there are opportunities, right? And you should be proactive enough in a business and a marketer to go, what if things turn south? How could we take advantage of that and do business? Or does everything have to be running great guns 110% in the economy for us to survive? If so, it's going to be tough, right? There are some luxury brands that are so expensive that is the way they have to run. But companies like Dollar Tree, Big Lots, Walmart, they can survive and do well. So even in despair, there are opportunities. to market and to sell. So it was a good post, and I enjoyed it. Good, I don't know, good thought. Number 1, Melanie Bagley, the rule follower, the rule keeper. Got Hunter over here and Melanie over here. Well, look at there. Look who took over our what would have been our afternoon class with the top 3 positions, 3-2. Started off early lead here. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Melanie wrote a nice post about buy one, get one, rebates, things like that. Is it worth it? All the Philadelphia lawyeries and the coupons and all that. Which caused me to think about couponing. Think about it. Why does Procter & Gamble issue the coupon to the consumer to take to Kroger and use? Because they want to make sure that the consumer gets the savings. They don't want to have to trust Kroger to pass along the 50 cents off right on the good. So they send it directly to the consumer. So, of course, there's a lot of study about that. Do promotions like that and coupons, does it just rob sales from the future, into today? Or does it get people used to using a brand, and then when the promotions go away, they'll continue to buy it at retail price? That's the way, ideally, the way they would like it to work. And then she was talking about rebates, where she did some business at Verizon, but the rebate came from Samsung, which was the phone, right? Again, Samsung wants to make sure that the consumer that consumed the Samsung product, the customer that bought it, and the person that's consuming it, that they get the rebate. And they don't want to have to trust Verizon to do it. So she had some issues and problems, and that's kind of jacked up. But, they know if they put a couple of hurdles in your way, you might not fool with it and then keep the money. The other thing they've started to do in recent years is to issue your rebate on a cash card, a Visa gift card, your $35. Sometimes you have problems using those. But here's the reason they do that. Because oftentimes people don't use them. They forget about them, they lose them. Then that means the company keeps the rebate. Or they use them, and they try to use it the last time. They say, well, you've only got 16 cents on here. And you go, well, whatever, just throw that away. That's 16 cents that, in this example, Samsung wouldn't have had to pay, right? 16 cents times 300,000 rebates that they issue. That's real money. It's kind of a ripoff, I think. They should just send you a check and be done with it. But that's not what they do, because they're always looking to encourage you to purchase and then try not to give you the refund. So, I don't want to be pessimistic about it, but let's just be real about it. Honorable mention, came in very close. Janelle Morissette. Janelle has made the board before with 1 T. And she's also down here, if we even threw her in, very close, just a fraction of a point. So that's the way it looks through week 7. I believe we're halfway or almost close to halfway. So I'm gonna create a post about where we are halfway through, so that you'll know. If you don't participate, then it's a 0. The Packback discussions are part of your grade. We also would like to tie in the material that we're covering during that Packback week period into the discussion board. If we can. It's a principles class, though. Maybe a lot of you thought you were taking this face-to-face, and it's online, so I'm kind of trying to be easy on that. But Peyton tried, and I do appreciate that. He was working on it. I posted a video explainer with a little exam 1 review, because my team's live exam review got messed up with some people who took the exam late with a penalty. So take a look at that. I go through some questions that half or more than half the people that were assigned the question missed. And then I show you how I don't think they should have missed them, but they missed them. So that's the reality. And then I give you some tips at the end, things that you should do to prepare for exams in this class, or with me in general, but especially in this class with me. All right. Also, I know several of you have emailed me, a bunch of you texted me Sunday night about Packback. It did have some, they did have some engineering issues Sunday night for about an hour. But it was all restored by, I think, 8:40 or right at 9 o'clock. And so it was only down for an hour, or acting weird for an hour. And there's 24 hours in a day, and you had 7 days. So, I'm not going to make any adjustments or anything. We're going to keep right on the same schedule. Inability to access Packback for an hour one day when you had 7, not really great. I didn't think it'd be fair to all those that did the work and got their stuff in. Remember, I'd like you to post by Wednesday. Responses on Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Preferably not on the same day, but we all know that. Check out the exam review. Maybe on campus this week. I will post an announcement, and I will see you guys on the internet.